I'm in love with the book, and I'm recommending everyone listening to this to pick up this book. Yes, it's a Nigerian boarding school story, but there's life lessons in every corner of that book. It's been a long. This is 26 years, 25 years,
26 years.
26 years.
25 years. 25 years.
It's 25 years since we left that school, and this is on time, and this is you know what they say about he who laugh last, right? That's what I feel like. I feel like this book, this is me personally, I feel like this book is a comeback from that stupid riot story. Yeah, I believe that strongly.
Yeah.
I was talking to Bori, and we're going to keep encouraging him. I want him to come inside the group. Bori is also one of us black and white people. They're kind of stuck in their way. You know, when you read too much books, that's what it does to you. You know, I want him to come in. When you're part of a society, a small group of people, a nation of people, right? If it feels uncomfortable, that's where growth lies, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think I think maybe over time, marriage to me is one of the best lesson providers, because eventually, when it humbles you, everything becomes potentially embraceable.
Yes.
So the things that you're running away from, you just have to be grown up in it. Because if you can work out in marriage, then you can make it work in other bits. So everybody has their time. I mean, I speak to Buri as well, time to time.
They have time. There's timing, and we need to understand that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to him also for he also has very good memory. So there's some things.
Shout out to the Rex. He remembers everything.
He remembers a lot. Yeah.
I think it's because it was quiet. It was quiet.
I mean, I think it's also. I think partly his nature. The way he remembers some things, he can narrate a film like from minute 1 to minute 1 hour 40 very well, and that was evident from JSS 1, JSS 2. So, so everybody has their skill that they can bring to bear. Some of the stories in this book, they only showed up in the book this year. I thought I was done, but then I speak to someone and I realized, oh my gosh, that story. For example, the story with the robots and the bikes, it came up this year. And I had to rewrite it and
you have to put that has to go in there. Yeah.
Because it helps demonstrate some of the craziness of campus.
Yes, you did a good job gluing the whole thing together. You did a great job putting the glues. I did notice I noticed certain spots where I noticed that it was the session that we had where you were collecting that, you were able to infuse some of those
stories. It in. Absolutely.
Yeah, because you framed it like this is some of the other stories that you heard, like all your other classmates and stuff like that. So I think, we didn't realize, for me, again, I was part of it for 50% of the stories in this book. I was part of that experience. And the first 50%, I could relate a little bit because my little brother started at JSS 1 in that school, and at the same year that I started. So I was in SS1, it was in GSS1. So some of the experiences he had, it will come to me, run to me in Akinyele. There's only so much I could save him too, because it was a junior in another house, Okusonya. You know, so I didn't, just like I can't claim to have the experience, like we were saying earlier, right? He had the experience, right? But he will run to me just like he will have Yemi run to you, probably in certain respects too. But yours was all around. You were a middle child. You know what they say about middle children, right? So it made sense that you understand this. You understand you had your own experience, right? And I liked how you started first chapter from Senior Wale leaving the house and going into that, and you just couldn't wait to. And if somebody told you, this is another thing about marriage. If somebody told you, see, I'm going to ask you this question after this comment, and we'll round it off with that. If somebody told you, right, that don't go to Unity, right?
Well, once Wale had gone, it was hard to not go, because it will come back with, the stories were dynamic, right? And you find this in chapter 1. It was like, oh my gosh, you almost want to take a risk and enjoy. It wouldn't happen to me.
So Senior Wale, I like to call him, Senior Wale leaving, right, and going, And when I came to yours too, I continued to call him Senior Wale.
This is the legacy, right?
What was that? 1999 when I came to visit you.
1999, I think it was.
Yeah. You know, this is a big part of like when I see any of my seniors, I call them senior because it's like you telling me not to call you seniors, like you're taking something away from me. Yeah. But anyway, so him leaving and going to school a year ahead of you represented freedom for you. That was your comprehension of what that was.
Correct.
And nobody was going to tell you otherwise.
I agree with you. I completely agree with you. It's you would rather take the risk of embracing that freedom, versus any consequences that's going to come with it. And then you realize once you were in. I mean, I don't think people can. It doesn't matter how many of these sort of books you read. The experience that a child feels. I mean, you guys were in the war, but if you were, let's say, far away like us in Ife, the journey to a war took about 2.5 hours, like 2 hours 36 minutes. Your heart will be pumping gradually, and it would increase in frequency as you got towards the war. It was every time, every time you were feeling this, and even my junior brother Yemi tells me the exact same feelings. When you now get into the school compound on the day, the feeling now starts to dissipate and goes away. But every term, when you come to the school, the anxiety builds. It's just palpable. You know, it's the stuff was real. It's
all right. So it's good to note there that reality is fluid, right? Your reality before you get into the school is all of these feelings.
It's the excitement, right?
And the reality changes. Some people will see, you see, reality is different. No, it's not different. The reality when they were driving to the school was the feelings, right?
Yes, exactly.
And then once you deflate those feelings with the reality of the school, does not negate, as you can see.
No, it's all together.
It's all together. Yeah.
I mean, it's like this experience, the whole 6 years, whatever. If you remove part of it, then you're robbing yourself of the full story. I mean, even the lessons that I had, the tuition that I had in primary school, they are what set me up to enter this school in an okay fashion. You can't discount that.
Yes, you can't discount that. All of that is a function of the past experiences, the feelings. Absolutely. Which is what a good book like this book captures that whole thing, you know. We're about to round up. In marriage, you know, you go through, at best, weeks of premarital counseling, right? Right.
Yeah.
And you know, you can't tell them nothing. They're excited, you know.
Yeah.